Have you ever looked at a photo online and immediately thought, this cannot be real? That was exactly how millions of people reacted when pictures of a South African woman named Khoza began circulating across social media. The images were shocking. In one photo, a young woman; in another, someone who appeared old enough to be a grandmother. Within days, Facebook pages, TikTok accounts, blogs, WhatsApp groups, and YouTube channels were all sharing the same story. Some claimed she became old overnight. Others said she was used for money rituals. Some alleged she spent one night with a mysterious foreign man and woke up looking decades older. The story spread so fast that many people accepted it as fact without asking a very important question: was any of it actually true? Today, I am not just here to report what was trending online. I spent time researching this case. I went through different reports, interviews, fact-check articles, medical explanations, and statements connected to the story. And after doing that research, I discovered something very important. Many of the claims being shared online are not verified. In fact, some parts of the story appear to have been exaggerated by blogs and social media pages looking for views, engagement, shares, and clicks. But at the center of all the rumors is a real woman, a real human being, a real family, and a real medical misery that has changed her life forever. This is a true story of the South African woman whose appearance shocked an entire continent. And before we continue, I want you to watch this story carefully and make your own judgment, because by the end of this video, you may see this case very differently from the way it was first presented online. The woman at the center of this story is Sinelala Khoza. She is from Mtubatuba in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. Today, she is 31 years old. Yet, when many people first saw her photos online, they thought they were looking at a woman in her 60s. Others even guessed she was older. The contrast between her age and her appearance was so dramatic that many people simply refused to believe it. Then came the rumors. As often happens on social media, people began creating their own explanations. Some claimed she had been cursed. Others claimed she was a victim of witchcraft. Some insisted she had been involved with a wealthy foreign man. And according to the rumor, after spending one night with this mysterious man, she suddenly began aging. Before long, the story transformed into something that sounded more like a movie script than real life. According to the viral version of events, the foreign man had used her for money rituals. Afterward, he allegedly disappeared and she was left to suffer the consequences. The story was emotional, it was shocking, and because it was shocking, many people shared it without checking whether any evidence existed. But here is where things become interesting. When I started digging deeper into the case, I found that there is no verified evidence providing that any foreign man caused her condition. No medical report has connected her illness to ritual practices. No official investigation has publicly confirmed the money ritual claims. No verified source has produced evidence that she suddenly became old after a one-night encounter. Yet, that version of the story became the most popular online. Why? Because sensational stories spread faster than complicated truth.
Her mother said the condition began with severe illness, including vomiting, body pains, and difficulty walking, before her appearance changed drastically.
And that brings us to one of the biggest misconceptions surrounding this case. The idea that Khoza became old overnight. From everything available in credible reports, that does not appear to be what happened. According to reports, her condition developed gradually. The symptoms reportedly began when she was around 27 years old. At first, the changes were not dramatic. There were health problems, physical discomfort, changes in her body, signs that something was wrong. But over time, The condition became worse and worse and worse until eventually her appearance changed so dramatically that many people could hardly recognize her. Now let me address another thing I discovered during my research. I have seen many pictures flying around social media, pictures showing a beautiful young woman beside a much older looking woman. Many posts use those images as proof that she transformed overnight. But after examining the report surrounding this case, it appears, or rather I think, those images were not causal before a condition became severe. And I think this is a younger picture before her illness became severe. The shocking part is how quickly the changes appeared to happen. When people compare the old photographs with recent images, they struggle to understand what they were seeing. That confusion created the perfect environment for rumors, and once rumors begin, they often become bigger than the fact. People started connecting unrelated events. They started creating explanations, and eventually many viewers became more interested in supernatural theories than medical possibilities. But what do medical experts think? This is where the story takes a very different direction. Several reports discussing Causa's condition point toward a rare disorder known as Werner syndrome. Werner syndrome is sometimes called adult onset progeria. It is an extremely rare genetic condition associated with accelerated aging. People affected by it can develop physical characteristics commonly associated with old age at a much younger stage of life. Wrinkled skin, hair thinning, premature aging, muscle weakness, fatigue, and other serious health complications. For someone unfamiliar with the condition, the changes can be shocking. They can seem impossible, and in communities where rare diseases are not widely understood, people often search for alternative explanations. Some turn to spirituality, some turn to superstition, some turn to rumors, but medicine often tells a different story. Experts explain that Werner syndrome is linked to genetic abnormalities that affect how the body repairs damaged DNA. Over time, these can lead to accelerated aging and various health complications. Now, it is important to be careful here. While many reports point toward Werner syndrome as the most likely explanation, publicly available information does not clearly show a released genetic text confirming the diagnosis. So, the most accurate statement is this: Werner syndrome has been widely reported as the leading medical explanation for Causa's condition. However, public confirmation appears limited, and responsible reporting requires making that distinction because facts matter, especially when a person's life has already become the subject of national speculation. Imagine waking up every day knowing that millions of strangers are discussing your appearance. Imagine seeing people debate whether you were cursed, whether you were used for rituals, whether you were a victim of supernatural forces. Imagine all this, all while you are struggling with a serious health condition. That is the reality Causa has faced, and unfortunately, it highlights a problem that exists far beyond South Africa. When unusual medical conditions appear, many people rush towards sensational explanations before considering scientific ones. History is full of examples. People once believed epilepsy was possession. Some believed mental illness was witchcraft. Others believed genetic disorders were causes. In many cases, fear filled the gap where knowledge was missing, and perhaps that is what happened here. The internet saw a woman whose appearance had changed dramatically. Many people could not explain it, so they created explanations of their own. But regardless of what caused her condition, one thing is undeniable: her life changed completely. Reports indicate that she experienced physical challenges that affected her daily life. Her family watched her condition progress. Questions remained unanswered, and while social media users were busy arguing about rituals and causes, she was dealing with the reality of living inside a body that seemed to be aging much faster than normal. As the story gained attention, public sympathy began growing. People started reaching out. Community members became involved. Public figures reportedly offered support, and awareness of rare medical conditions increased. For many observers, the case became bigger than a viral story. As for Kawsa, her story continues to generate discussion across South Africa and beyond. But perhaps now, after looking beyond the rumors and examining the available evidence, we can view her story through a different lens. Not as a viral mystery, not as a supernatural legend, but as the story of a young woman whose life was transformed by circumstances that many people are still trying to understand. And until stronger evidence emerges, that remains the closest thing we have to the truth. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. Do you believe social media made this story bigger than it really was? Or do you think there are still unanswered questions surrounding Kawsa's condition?